Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Saturday Shade. My name is Nene Kabutey, and I'm excited to be back here today because every Saturday morning we give you a bit of shadiness and sometimes fun, sometimes very messy. But I live for the second part, which is being messy. But before we do that, I want to welcome my guest for today's episode. For the first time, I'm having Manny. What's up? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Hey, are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. We have Miss T in the building. Listen, Miss T is like our resident, okay? Our resident guest host on on the whole season. So happy to have you back.
Thank you.
Benard, what's up?
Charlie, I do for you.
Oh, Charlie, thank you guys for being here. But the conversation is just getting started, and today's topic we're going to talk about surviving being a creative in our economy. All right? You two live here, obviously.
Yeah.
We want to hear your perspectives and tell us how it is to survive in this economy where we all know the dollar is not dollaring right now. The city is just citizen at this point because it's just. But I want to hear your thoughts about being in a creative space in our economy.
Well, being a creative here is death to yourself.
Excuse me, what?
Yes, it's death to yourself. I say this because one of the main challenges personally I've had to face is client management. Client management is a very big issue down here. I mean, already people don't really respect the creative space so much enough to pay for it. So it's very difficult to actually get clients to understand that this is how much work we put into being a creative. I mean, it's very difficult trying to manage people or clients down here. I mean, that's really one of the main issues.
So client management, like you said. Okay, Benard.
Yeah, so I won't say it's totally bad because we are in the technical space where people can access some tools on their phones. You're looking at TikTok, Instagram, feed,
TikTok,
stories, skits. I think skits is doing so well. At least the Nigerians are really taking advantage of that. We have some few who are also doing so well. Client management, like you said, is difficult because the client doesn't really value the work as you charge them. They would simplify it by saying, "Oh, just a photography, I can get it 10 CDs somewhere," or that kind of stuff.
Do you know how much a camera costs?
That's the point. So normally I would tell them that
Your face.
you want a very quality photograph, like how you see the stars normally do it. You're looking at a camera that's worth over $10,000 or more, with shipping duty and all that kind of. There was one incident where we were having a production with a Nigerian production. So it was a Nigerian Ghanaian production. We were having a comedy show at one of the big hotels here. And they brought in their guys who came with this crazy equipment and was seized at the airport because they thought they would come to sell it. Apparently that's what we normally do. So they decided to seize it, and you have to provide a document, you have to call this, call that, and okay. So the equipment itself is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
When something small gets broken in it, it's going to take you all your money's worth to fix it.
That's true.
So when you're charging a client, they don't really see the value because everyone has a phone. So nobody will say, "Oh, I can just do it with my phone."
Well, try and let's see if it looks.
That's it. So we tell them that you may try that, but what you have seen that you want us to do the same for, it's not done on the phone.
Yeah.
The phone, yes, but you need a lot of work to be done. I've handled photographs before. I've gone to workshop and it's not easy at all. But that is the perception of people because they have a phone, they can just do what they want to do and that kind of stuff. So they minimize the value of the work you do. So when you're charging them, it's really difficult for them to really appreciate it. Especially they want the same quality of work, but they want to pay you pence.
But you can have like a champagne taste with a Akpeteshie budget.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's exactly what we tell them. But
Even Akpeteshie is even expensive these days.
Ghanaians want to have that cake.
it's like there's an option.
Well, they're not gonna have. Y'all can bake the cake for them,
Yeah.
but that's on y'all.
Yeah. So it's really difficult, especially if you have colleagues in the same industry. So let's say you're in the same space as photography. He will definitely charge lesser. Maybe he has a very small equipment to use.
Like a smaller production, not like a larger scale.
For this work, I'll charge you 500 cents. The person will call, okay, a good friend charging 500, so it should be the same for everyone.
But it's different from whatever you do all the time, though. So
Yeah.
I don't see why they always expect it to be exactly what they think should be the price. The Itiano here, from what they've said, right? I know being a creative outside is a little different, right? But based on what they shared, what are your perceptions or thinking process about it?
But before she talks, she's looking very beautiful.
Oh,
thank you.
as always.
I think that just raising the standard amongst everybody will probably help everybody. So it's like people aren't taking, jobs for such low rates. But yeah, just raising the stakes across the board. If everybody, raises their numbers, then, maybe there can be some more hope there. I think also too, I get it because I know here, education is like first before any type of creative job. Yeah. So it's like, that's probably why it's not respected as much. But like as far as when it comes to the money, like people feel like they don't have to pay so much because it's not like a lawyer, like you're not paying for a law service or something like that.
The consultation.
So, so whereas though it should still be, it's equally as expensive to be a creator. Yeah. So and also the tiers of creators, like you may have somebody who's very well experienced, and of course they're going to cost you way more. So I think people just standing on that. I don't know in this country how easy it is or how hard it is to stand firm
on your price.
On your price, because I know you might need, you may need the money or something. So, but if as a collective, if creators could stand firm on the number, probably could get.
Yeah, speaking about the money, right? So I have a question for everyone. Do you feel you would rather have a 9-to-5 for the stability instead of leaning into your creative passion and hustling?
In this economy worldwide, I feel like sometimes you gotta have both. Yeah. Like you have to have both. Like multiple even in the States, multiple. Like in the States, when COVID shut the film industry down, I had to find something else to do because the film industry was shut down for like a whole year. And it couldn't work. So I think you need multiple streams of income no matter where you are. And then collaboration is everything. So being able to collaborate with a team and getting work done, and then maybe on the back end everybody gets paid, or or you help me and I help you type of thing. But I think that is what truly helps in the economy.
And I think that's what Ghanaians don't necessarily have. I mean, the creative space, I think it's until recently I started seeing people trying to provide a certain platform or space where creatives can collaborate or come together as one unit. It's very difficult when you have to be a creative in this country, and it's like everybody is on their own.
On their own little island.
You barely want to. They barely want to help each other because they feel like it's too much competition. You're coming for my clients, I'm coming for your clients, and all of that. So, and this is what separates us from the Nigerians. The Nigerians really collaborate a lot of the time. Heavy. You see two photographers coming together to shoot something, and you wonder, okay, nobody's going to fight as to who is coming to take my client and all of that. So, I mean, the Ghanaian space just.
And also, I do believe, like you said, I believe there's room for everyone. Because come on, there's a lot of people in this world. Like, something I might actually like, you might not even like it, so I have to go to someone else who's good at doing that. So when it comes to being able to share these kind of clients, I think, a few people I know who don't mind sharing the clientele, right? Because of course you can actually do it for me. Like other people don't want to do it at all. So they feel like it's going to be a competition. I'm like, what are you competing for if it's a lot of people you can still work with?
I mean, the mindset isn't there. Like you said, people don't know how to collaborate. I've been in a few productions in Ghana where I've seen, young production tech guys come together to do a movie, and we're all giving our best because we felt like this is how we start from A to B. You will never get a big budget to do any production, especially if you're not coming up. We need each other to survive. So I, as an actor, need to get a lot of production to build my portfolio. He has in the camera, need to also sharpen his skills. The one with the light has to be useful. A whole lot of stuff, so that whatever knowledge we have, we don't lose the creativity aspect. But we don't know that. And that's what the Nigerians are doing so well. They identify a talent, they put it together, and boom, we realize somebody. And I've seen a few of the behind the scenes, and I realized that it's not many people behind the small skits we see. I think there are more production guys for those shots, 5 minutes, 10 minutes thing we see, and it's amazing how they all put in their work, and the later they get, they split it just to keep body and soul together. But in Ghana here, it's quite difficult. Like you said, everyone's trying to compete for themselves. If I'm giving my clients, definitely I'm going to give the person a very good price, same quality of work. I've said so well. And one thing I realized that we don't have a standard in terms of pricing. The law have a standard. The medical field has a standard. Engineering have a standard. You can't charge
overcharge or
you can't charge below a certain rate because if they find out, they'll penalize you. We don't have that in the creative space.
Is there any type of union here, like any type of creative union?
Not
I mean, what are the Ghana?
There's such a thing.
I think music has
arts council.
Yeah. Music has a white right from Ghana music awards. I mean, I don't know what. Music. Yeah.
In the creative, I mean, there are so many facets in the creative space. I mean, photography, graphic design.
But they always think they're always the same. They always categorize them as one, and I'm like,
I mean, it's all part of the creative space. But for certain units, there aren't necessarily unions like for I don't know for photographers or videographers. I don't know.
We can ask the crew. Do you guys have a union in Ghana?
There's a union.
There is
a union.
Yeah.
Film Crew Association.
Film Crew. Okay. Are you guys part of it?
What's that group?
but it's a start. The most important thing that there's a group of people who come together to set a certain standard for
everyone else. To be able to like be in that.
Yeah. So even if you contact a person and he's still in that group, he's going to charge you the same rate. If you go here, it's going to be the same thing. He may consider because of friendship, okay, we normally charge, but call him my friend.
Let's not use friendship for business like that too much.
But see, the danger is you have to let the person know that this is how much you charge.
Okay.
But maybe because we are friends and I think what you are doing is great, you need that support. You don't have any budget to support it. I may even chip in a favor. But it's just because of this. It doesn't have to transcend to the other. That because my friend is this. I may not be available to do your shoots.
Gotcha.
The next time you go in there to get the same quality of work, you need to pay for your money. So whatever you're doing, you need to look at what is going to be done for. Are you going to do it for fun or are you going to get some money to support the next project? Because there will be more projects that will come.
Or if it's somebody that you want to work with who in the future,
it just
it'll work. Because I know most of my work honestly comes from relationships that I've built. I've done a lot of free work, a lot of internships and apprenticeships or assisting people or helping people. And then when it comes time for my project, like everybody's willing to help me.
There we go.
Exactly. Like this
literally, I know the whole entire thing.
That's how it works.
So I want to be honest, right, on this one. Is being a creative even worth it anymore in this day and time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Okay. People are now looking at this documentary. This guy, he does this. What's his name? I don't know. I think it's in Ukraine or something. I don't know. He didn't speak English, so I don't know. But it was on one of these international news. A documentary on him and how he started. And up to now, his parents don't see that as a good job because it's not a regular job. But he's making a lot of money because of the followers he has on TikTok and Facebook. This young guys in Nigeria, is it Ikurado boys or something?
Oh, Ikuro boys, the little boys who dance and make like the
they do the
skits,
the prodigy of those movie trailers. I think their other brother is the one who has the camera. And he decided to just engage them. He realized we were interested in film. So he just engaged them. And now because of what they are doing, they've gotten a lot of attention. So it has to start from there. And once you have the little resources, you just have to put it. It's all about paying your dues. When you pay your dues and you get there, you are now a professional, you're now an experienced person. You have a lot of past production you have done. You can always charge now the bigger money.
I mean, speaking about paying your dues and getting the right people, right? What if you get the right people, but then they surrender you out of the money you're supposed to be making? How do you do that?
That's where you have to put in a contract.
Does it really work out here?
You have to put a contract. There are lawyers here. A lot of lawyers want to,
the question is, does it really work? You can put it out all day and sign it.
And the advantage now is that I can sit here and create my own stuff without necessarily fighting with you over here. Because I have some experience. So for instance, I work with you guys here. And get to a point we fizzle out. You stop doing this your program, he stops doing whatever he does. I still have the creative. I still know some friends who want to do something. I can create something and go and keep running. Because I don't think as a creative, unless you're not interested again, but it doesn't die like that. It's like a talent.
Yeah.
It doesn't really die like that.
It's passion.
Yeah,
it's
it's
passion that lives
And you can do
inside
it
of you. So,
anytime, at
anywhere.
all.
Yeah.
Like we're doing it right now in the motherland.
Right. So even if one person was to like not do right by you in your production, if you have the product, you have, you know, the
Just gotta keep
creativity, you
pushing
have it
things.
inside of you, you can always move it to the next person or the next team.
Yeah, just work on your network. That's all.
That's a good thing, though, and I think that's the most important thing a lot of people don't realize. Because for me, I love network with people, and having people in my corner. Because if I need anything, I know who to go to.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not gonna go to them 24/7 or maybe the first few times, I do know that if I need it that bad, I know who to reach out to get what I need. You know.
Definitely. Yeah,
And I think, of course, like, you know, people take advantage of like creatives all the time. We know it's not going to end anytime soon. It is, you know, even though you can register your work and have it blah blah blah, but still,
That's how
somebody.
now that the AI is taking advantage of a lot of like digital artists in their work.
Yeah. These days, there's so much computation, there's so much technology, you know, technological advancement, and sometimes as a digital creator, we find that, you know, these AI that are, you know, being made, being
So for those who don't know what the AI is, artificial intelligence.
I mean, you can have these things easily swap your job. So the AI is slowly liquefying the industry. I mean, why would somebody pay you so much for you to sit down so many hours to put something together when the person could just turn to technology and then within a few minutes they can take a mean. So for us, the job is very, very difficult. But I mean, even that, it still doesn't take away the spontaneity in creativity when it comes to the human being. You can't compare AI to, I still believe that there is more advancement to us, the human beings doing the job, than the AI, even though some people may beg to differ. So, but in the face of all of that, we're still in it until it fizzles out.
Are any of us in the forefront, like our people, black people, in the forefront of this AI situation, or who are these apps and who is this technology being created? Who is this technology being created by? Is what I want to know.
So the thing is, I mean, of course, in your parts of the world, there's anything is possible. But for here, we don't necessarily have that kind of, you know, convention. I mean, the whole AI system is not really that grounded here. I mean, in Africa, or should I say Ghana? Maybe South African, so one of those much advanced African countries might, but not here.
So I have one more question before we go into the Shady Corner section. Why should creatives continue to pursue their dreams? Well, let me say passion. Why should a creative keep going?
I think it lives in you. Like as an
You
artist,
trying to quote Diana Ross right now? You in the song?
it
Okay.
lives inside of you. Like literally, I have had moments. Like I've been, you know, an actress for a while, and I've had moments where I felt like I just wasn't getting where I wanted to be. And
like
I've
that
even
breakout
prayed,
role.
like breakout role. Like I've been in this industry since 2009 and still haven't had like a breakout role, in my opinion.
But you have roles.
I have roles, but I haven't had anything that paid me SAG rate. Let me put that, like the union rate. I have not had that yet, which I would love to.
SAG, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so with that, it can be very discouraging, and especially as an actress. It's the only industry where somebody can literally look at you and discriminate based on how you look and say, no, you're not who I want. Based on your look. And that can be discouraging. Like after time and time again, years, after a whole decade plus some in the business, and people been telling you no, you start to, you know, your confidence, you got to kind of make sure you maintain it. So I've had moments where I prayed to God, like, take this passion away from me. Like, if it's not for me, I don't want it no more because it's hard, it's tough, it's rough. Like, why, you know, why God, am I, like, if I'm supposed to do something else with my life, like, let me do something else with my life. If I'm supposed to be a teacher, then show me the way. But still, the passion is there. So it's like, even if I don't make a dollar in it, like, even if I have to have a side hustle and
for now,
even if I have to have a main job where I'm working 9 to 5, I'm still going to be acting on the side some kind of way. Like, it's still going to be a part of my life.
And for those who are trying to figure out what SAG is, it's actually the Screen Actors Guild. So that's SAG. What about you?
So, I mean, recently, I think for the past 2 months, I haven't had motivation to create anything.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like a roadblock. I couldn't. I mean, I have the equipment. Yeah. So I mean, I've been at a point in my life where I just felt I couldn't do anything. I couldn't create anything. I tried. I sat in front of my PC. I couldn't do anything, and it gets there. At a point, I just feel like, I mean, in Ghana, being a creative is such a tough job. Yeah. It's so tough. I mean, no matter how much grounded you are in your working policies, there is always a Ghanaian that wants to break down your walls. That's trying to, make you look like, I'm paying you so much, so humble yourself. Tear down your working policies. Let's work as human beings. So sometimes they could come to you.
Do you do that at the hospital when they go see a doctor?
No, they don't do that. They don't do that.
Motherfucker, stop doing that shit.
But I mean, we're in Ghana. The backbone of...
can I correct something real quick? I think we need to stop using that whole, we ain't gotta do things out. No, it's not helping.
I'm trying to create a point. The point is that Ghanaians have a backbone of marketing or commerce. Bargaining. We love to do
that. I know it's. Yes. I do it as well. Yes.
And
that's not a problem.
We love to use relationships to strike working policies, and sometimes it can be really, really difficult. And it makes me want to give up sometimes. Like why am I being a creative? Is there something else I can do?
Yeah.
But then, I mean, like she said, it lives inside. No matter how
it should. I mean,
it rests, it would still come out anyway.
Yeah, and that's why, for when I was in this season of Asadish, I'm like, why not just do it in Ghana? I mean, people listen to it anyway, so I'm like, why not, And I've been doing this, for people don't know this, I've been doing this since 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, I mean, before that, I was actually in the creative space already, so, because I actually started from, like, Hobby Time, what's called Kids Channel, or Children's Channel, I think it was Children's Channel, actually, at the time, I've done by the fire, so I'm like, this is something I've been doing for so long. I mean, I can do it anytime. At the same time, I'm like, okay, maybe I need a 9 to 5 at some point. Yeah. It's just that kind of like, that maybe makes you want to be like, I just need something as a backup. Just in case shit goes left. Yeah. And I mean, for the past 2 to 3 years, you've seen how COVID has like changed things a lot. So it's like, you have to find ways to still be in a space where you can actually work and still have like that creative mindset or whatever you do to keep you going. Because I know as a creative, it is not easy. It can get depressing, So a lot of people wonder why people end up being on drugs, going to rehab and stuff like that. Even those at the top, sometimes when they don't get jobs they want, it affects them. So like I was saying, if those at the top, we keep looking up to, right? Think, I want to be like this big actor, and they're not actually getting the roles they want. It bothers them.
Yeah.
So at the bottom, don't get discouraged, because guess what? You're going to have to face it even at the top when you get to the level, because unfortunately, if you actually pay attention, some of these celebrities, like sometimes they talk about not getting different roles, and sometimes it's actually a blessing in disguise. You just don't know. It comes at the right time.
Yeah.
Everything is divine. So.
Let's see, I'm going to have it preaching today. Yeah. It is. So, as we know, we have a little shady corner. I mean, you're going to play this for the first time. It's going to be so much fun. Let me get my little game so we can get into this, I'm going to pass these around. So, Manny, what we're going to do is we ask a question, and then you let us know whether you have or you have not, and you explain to us what data, what's about. Hold on, I want this one to be a messy one, so let's see.
Where we randomly pick?
Oh, yeah, I randomly pick one. And if I don't like it, we'll pick a second one.
No.
The way you read the question and you be looking like...
I don't know why all these questions are like, okay. So the question says, have you ever sent a sext? Sexting, pretty much.
Oh.
Whoa! Ooh, for the first time with the boldness. Oh. Okay, we want to start with the lady first. You want to go?
I don't recall the last time I have,
but
especially when you have like a significant other.
Yeah, you kind of like spice it up. Okay, I like that. I like that perspective though.
I personally don't do this with random people. I feel like, it would mean exposing yourself. I do this with somebody that's like that.
Sir?
Significant.
So not random people. Me, because sometimes random people drop things, right?
Yeah, people talk.
Oh, me, if you're going to expose me or post let me do myself, because I don't mind.
You don't care.
Oh, I don't. Benard.
Okay, I think it's not easy to do with just anybody. You need to have
Really?
Okay, maybe somewhere, but here it's not really something.
It's the same everywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes the person has to be that crazy to be like, okay, I want to try it. Normally, if the person is the quote unquote creative type, and you mention it, then we're like, is that how you two are? Is that? Then it's about the whole vibe. But I had that incident before. I actually risked it. I was thinking the person was crazy enough to do that, because I know when it comes to certain things, she's very crazy. So I was like, oh, wait, they'll be tonight. I said, Charlie, make her see something. Hey, will you two, is that how you are? Hey, please, so. Then I was like, oh, I didn't say that to her. I was just testing your mind.
Well, Benard, you cannot be testing somebody
So
like
I'm
that.
testing your mind. Me. I'm just testing your mind. Thank God, we are all the same.
Well, I mean, I've done it a few times. I mean, with the boldness of it, like I have. So my question is, you gotta be bold, okay? Like I always tell people, if you're gonna front, okay, but if you're gonna be bold, be bold. When was the last time you guys sent one?
You want us to mention the exact date or just?
No, just was the last time. I can go first. This morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
What in the living?
In the living world we live in, I sent one this morning.
What did it say? What was it?
Mine? I mean,
I would like to know. I would like to know. I
So
just
you
want
guys
to know
spice up our
what your sex.
I can't remember the last time I said
nah, my sexting is not for. Is it?
Like, what would you? How do you start it off? Like, what do you?
Mine is actually for PG-45, okay? PG. Actually,
So do you just say
PG-35.
good morning? I wish that you.
Oh
were
no,
here
it was
with
just a
me.
response to what I received. Like we were texting last night, but actually dozed off. So when I woke up this morning, I actually responded to. Just kind of like continue the conversation, yeah.
Like a picture.
Yeah, just kind of like
responding to a
picture
picture
swap,
like,
yeah.
ooh, I would like that.
Yeah, I mean, I always keep saying this, but before I would.
Well.
You have a point there. Once in a while, you let the creativity in you.
Oh my! I am a walking creativity billboard, so I'm good with that.
It's necessary.
When was the last? Okay, I'm gonna give you guys like a time. When was the last time you sent one within the last month?
Month? No, for me,
I don't know why
it
y'all
would
be
be
like this is
like.
like a.
Last month, yeah.
Last one you sent one last month?
Yeah, that's when I got.
Okay.
That was me. Mine shut down around 3 months ago. So since then,
Shut down.
since then I'm on a fast. I shut down because the person said, "Is that how you are?" So I had to quickly refer the thing like, "Oh, I'll just test it to see if you're like that crazy."
Like, that's not how I am.
I'm not like that too, but I just want to find out. Maybe it's your thing. Just to dodge the whole thing. And I'm like,
Benard, you're not helping.
I don't think I'm a good sexter.
Yeah.
Like I think like when like somebody texted me like that like maybe a while ago that they wanted it and I was just like, oh, okay, that's nice.
It depends on the person. If I don't
Like
really
I'm
wanna-
like my responses are very dry.
dry. If I don't leave, if I like, so me, if I feel like there's no, I'm just gonna be dry. And sometimes it's just a signal for you to know, okay, this ain't going nowhere. But if it keeps going,
I feel like it has to be spicy. Like the relationship has to already be spicy for me to partake in that. And
well,
I
for the
haven't
most
had
part,
like
these are just my little once, kind of like top pops around. So, but anyway, why are you guys looking like?
It's interesting how you could be attracted to like one-offs. How you could be like I feel like I'm living through you because I
just
can't.
say why. That's like, I always keep saying most of the time, like there's no emotional attachment anymore. So it's like we done and move on. Like I keep saying, everybody's wife or husband once was someone ex. So it's like testing the waters. Like keep testing till you find your right person. So like I said, keep testing and keep going till you find the right person. But always keep it locked down here with the Saturday Shade. And as always, it's always good to have exciting people to talk about topics I don't like to talk about because we don't really get together, so we talk about everything else. But join the conversation on Twitter at Kabutey, Instagram Saturday Shade, TikTok Saturday Shade, and don't forget to hashtag Saturday Shade because guess what? It is always about the fun. I didn't know before I would or more. Hey, why?